Hey guys, it is Admin. Welcome back to another Datapack Showcase video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Moar Apple's Datapack, which adds 5 new Apple types to the game. But real quick, I just wanted to give a big shout out to all of my awesome patron supporters. If it weren't for people like these, I would not be able to keep doing what I am doing. If you want to become a patron and support the work we do on this channel, there is a link in the top right now. Anyway, now on to the video. Alright, so to get started, as always, we need a custom crafter. So we take a dropper, have it facing upwards, and drop a crafting table on top of it. And now we have a custom crafter. This is what we'll use to craft the apples. You cannot use a regular crafting table, unfortunately. Alright, so let's start by crafting the Spectator Apple that I showed at the beginning of the video. It's a golden apple in the middle, and it's surrounded by a bottle of enchanting. And we get the Spectator Apple. It will put you into spectator mode for 10 seconds, and then return you to your original position at the end of that. So you can see when I eat this, it plays a nice little sound effect, some particles, and now I'm in spectator mode. I can fly in the world, I can do whatever I want. And at the end of 10 seconds, I'll be put back to where I started. This could be used as a somewhat useful tool for spectating in the area without feeling too cheaty, because you did have to eat both a golden apple and a bottle of enchantings, so it is somewhat expensive, not that expensive, but I feel like it's fairly balanced. Plus, because you're returned to the location that you ate it at, it's not like you actually went anywhere. You just got to get like a better perspective for 10 seconds. I guess you could use it to x-ray for caves, but there's a price involved, so fairly balanced. Also, like most of my data packs, this pack has some settings. So you can see when we type /reload, it will bring up this text right here. We can click the settings button, which will then bring up the settings for the Moar Apple's data pack. These settings allow us to enable or disable specific recipes. So you just click on the actual check mark or X and you can toggle it. So if we toggle this off, you'll see if we put in the recipe from earlier, it will not craft anything. But if we now click and turn the recipe back on, now we can craft the Spectator Apple again. This works again for all of them, so you can toggle them individually. So maybe you only want the apple eye block, which we'll get to in just a moment. Anyway, that should be nice for you server owners who maybe only want part of the pack enabled, but not all of it. Moving on, if we take the Spectator Apple and we put it back in the custom crafter, we can upgrade it using 4 more bottle of enchanting and 4 diamonds. This will give us an enchanted Spectator Apple. This apple, when it ends, will place you back into whatever game mode you ate it in, but you will be where you were at that time. This means you could suffocate, but it could also be used like to find caves and be placed in the cave. Very useful. So let's show this one. I can eat it. Now I'm in spectator mode. Let's fly down, say to this like cave down here. I can like explore it a bit, I guess. Oh, look, gold, nice. And now I'm down in the cave. Very cool. Now of course I'm stuck down here, so I can actually put myself into spectator mode and fly back out. But this one is a lot more game breaking, and because of that, it has 4 diamonds in the recipe, which makes it fairly expensive. Also, if you were fairly attentive, you might have noticed that I said that it places you back into whatever game mode you were currently in. So if you can give yourself all of the items in this pack with this command, function was.apple, give items. So let's give myself a Spectator Apple. Notice I'm in creative mode right now, so I can fly. And if I eat this apple, I can be in spectator mode, and now it will teleport me back to the location eventually, and I'll be in creative mode. And as you can see that, I'm in creative mode. Alright, on to the next items. Alright, so the next apple is the rotten apple. So we take a golden apple and surround it by rotten flesh, and we get a rotten apple. This will allow us to turn a horse into a zombie horse. But it's not great for eating. You will get poisoned if you do that, so I would not suggest it. So let's spawn in a horse and I will show you how this works. It's pretty cool. Alright, so I have a horse right here. Named it Epona, for obvious reasons. You'll notice it has diamond horse armor and a saddle. It is also currently tamed, and it has 11 hearts. It doesn't jump very high and is decently fast. Okay, so now if I take this rotten apple and I drop it on it, it will turn it into a zombie horse. Like so. Now zombie horses cannot actually wear armor, and so the armor drops as an item. You'll see it still is named Epona. It is still tamed. It has the same hearts, same jump height, same speed, the saddle, pretty much everything about the previous horse that we had, Epona, carried over to the zombie horse. They're actually separate entities, but I made sure to copy over all of the relevant data so that they function as the same horse. So now we have a zombie horse. Now, why you would really want a zombie horse, I'm not quite sure, but I guess it looks pretty cool. Alright, so next up we have the poison apple. So we need an apple in the middle, poison potion on top, poisonous potato, pufferfish, spider eye, and there we go. We get a poison apple. Now, when you eat this item, you curse yourself with a slow poison. This poison will damage you once every 10 seconds. It's only half a heart, so you can survive with it, but it is permanent. You cannot, like, drink milk or anything to get rid of the effect. It also has no time limit to it, so it will affect you until you die. That's the only way to lose it. Except if you attack a mob. Any mobs or players that are hit when you have this effect will have the effect transferred to them. However, once it has been transferred, it can never be transferred again. This means you could eat the poison apple, curse yourself, but then get into combat with another player, and now they are permanently cursed until they die. It's a bit of a troll item, but let me bring up an alternate account so I can show you that. Alright, OBS doesn't really seem to be liking this, but I'll eat the apple. You'll see I just got poisoned. You can die of this poison, because it's actually the wither effect. And you'll see, in a couple seconds, there we go, I get hurt again. And this will happen forever. There's no like status effect or anything over here, because it's being done with commands, not with the actual potion effect. Now, if I punch Astro, you'll see he should get hurt in just a little bit. And I'm not going to get hurt. There we go. So I didn't get hurt, but he did. Okay. Alright, so he's starting to die. But now, you'll see if I, for him, if I have him punch me, it has not transferred the effect. I'm not going to get hurt. He's still going to take damage. And that, again, like I said, will not go away until he dies. Alright, and finally we have the apple eye block. This is definitely my favorite type of apple. It's not quite as edible as the others, but make it with an apple, a jukebox, a stone button, and an iron on the side over here. And we get the apple eye block. You can right-click to shuffle different music. So it works as a handheld jukebox, essentially. So if we right-click, oh, now it's playing C4, 18, 13. I don't really like this song. On to the next one. Oh, yeah, nice. I like Blocks. Blocks is a good one. Okay. Let's keep going. Yep, so there's a full cycle. I like Wait. Wait is my favorite, probably. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching.